All right, good evening. I'd like to call the June meeting of the Edison Library Board to order. Let the minutes reflect that it is 7:02 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Aristani said he would be absent. Ms. Kraus?
Here.
Ms. Massey?
Here.
Ms. Mead? Mr. Naik? Ms. O'Neill?
Here.
Ms. Peng? Ms. Ruane?
Here.
Mr. Yee?
Yeah.
And also note that our attorney and our council liaison are also present.
Quick question. Did everyone get the meeting information? Because I see that there are some emails, I think, from Vasant and email from Sam Joshi, who is asking for the meeting.
Yes, it was resent.
They can join.
It was all resent.
Hi.
Hi, Fiona.
Hi, Fiona. How are you? How are you?
All right, how are
All right,
you?
let me read the open statement. As required by the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to the public by notices given to Tap Into Edison, the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, the Sentinel, and News India Times, posted on the library bulletin boards and website, and given to the township's clerk's office. This is an electronic meeting under the terms of Public Law 2020, Chapter 11. Persons wishing to comment should send an email to edisonboard@lmxac.org. All right, so our first agenda item is the approval of the March 10th, 2020 minutes. Hopefully everyone has had a chance to review them.
And I will move to approve. This is Lisa.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
it. Yes, Sue O'Neill will second it.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Should we take a roll?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes, of course. We need a roll call vote. Excuse me.
Mr. Aristani? Ms. Kraus?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Naik? Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Peng? Ms. Ruane?
Yes.
Mr. Yee?
Yes.
Ms. Massey?
Yes.
6 yes, 3 absent.
All right. Now we'll.
I think, can I jump in? A quick question, because I read that meeting minutes. I thought that meeting was like 3 hours meeting, right? And I saw we only have like 2 pages. Did we miss anything from that meeting in the meeting minutes, or did anyone check that?
I looked at I read the minutes, and I also looked at the audio, or listened to the audio again, and I think it really covered the essence of of what happened.
Okay, then that's fine. Yeah.
Hopefully everyone has had an opportunity to review the May 19th, 2020 minutes.
And this is Lisa again. I will move to approve the May 19th minutes.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second. Second.
And
Who was that?
who is that?
Maureen?
Maureen. Perfect. Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aristani? Ms. Kraus?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Naik? Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Peng? Ms. Ruane?
Yes.
Mr. Yee?
Yes.
Ms. Massey?
Yes.
6 yes, 3 absent.
All right. And now the trustee account report. Did everyone have a chance to review that?
I'll just point out that we filled in the missing information and that I've included a reserve for the full cost of the what we think may be the cost of the bookmobile, and also money that we will need to have at the end of the construction grants if we get it, which will be we would need that to reserve that money for the end of 2022.
Right, thank you. Thank you. All right, so we don't need to approve that. How about let's do the approval of bill listing. Did everyone have an opportunity to review the bill list?
I don't see the bill list. Did I miss it? Oh,
It was emailed.
It came out today, along with the corrected agenda.
That's
and the
what, I'm
corrected.
sorry. Let me find it. I apologize.
Should have come out this afternoon.
Right.
When?
Are there any questions about the bill list?
I don't see it.
I don't have it.
Okay, you know what? It was,
Late email.
Yeah, it's just.
it was,
No, I'm looking at my computer now. I don't
It
see
was sent out at 12:38 p.m. this afternoon.
I have a 12:23.
Me too.
I don't see a 12:38.
Same here.
Did you get the second agenda?
No,
Because it was with the second agenda.
no.
right. There were 3 items.
Sorry, I didn't get any of it.
No.
Okay.
Is there
I just
any difference? No, quick question, because I was the meeting minutes. I was looking at the first email. Is there any difference between the original email and this new one?
for the minutes.
Together with, yeah.
The changes to the minutes were I had
The date.
202 instead of 2020 in one point, and since I'd cut and paste, I overcut and pasted and eliminated that phrase because it had nothing to do with the meeting. So
Would you mind resending the bill listing to me and
I
Fiona?
just did.
Thank
Just
you.
did.
Oh, I see it. Just
Yeah.
got it. Thank you.
Mhm.
There we go.
All right, I'll give you a minute to take a look at it.
Oh, that's short. I guess because we're closed. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any questions about the bill list?
Just
I
have
have a
one
question.
question.
Yes.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Suzanne.
Okay, the elevator maintenance, how long was that contract for? Because I don't even recall really seeing a contract for that in at least a couple of years.
Actually, just got an email earlier today saying the contract is up.
Hello?
Contract is up, I think, at in another month or so. So it's
Oh, so we'll get estimates then?
well, if we want to
Yes,
change.
I believe there was a link to the number there as well.
So for the elevator company, we're paying $2,500 a month,
No.
Apparently, yes.
no?
Well, isn't that a scan from
January through May, I'm
January?
sorry. That was half the year. Okay.
I just want to let you know that I just received a call from Vasant, and he is trying to join the meeting. He's going to try by phone now.
Okay.
Oh, because we just got an email saying that he won't be able to make the meeting.
I saw that one.
No, I thought that was from Neville.
No, that says
Oh.
it's from Vasant.
Oh, okay. I did not see that.
I saw the email from the real, not the sound, right? That's the email earlier. You're seeing different email or?
Unless it's no, it says it just came in at 7:10.
Yeah, he didn't have that phone number. He was trying to.
Oh, I see. No, yeah. Okay, I see it.
The email from the elevator company says that it's a 1-year renewal at the same price as last year.
Okay.
And it's addressed to the township as well as to us, so we'll touch base with them and see what they want to do.
All right, I have a question in regards to the water delivery service for the month of May. Why is there a delivery if there's nobody there? What is that
Well,
for?
actually, there are people here.
No, okay,
The staff are working alternate days, and the water is for the staff, not for the public.
Okay. And how much is that normally?
That I couldn't tell you. I'd have to look that up.
Okay.
Did Vasant Dayan, he was asking people whether to conference him in or? Pat?
I'm
Did he
sorry.
call you, or?
Yes, he did. I thought he was going to call the number that is listed in the Zoom message.
No, that number, he said he is not be able to dial in. Maybe let me try to see, I just can call and conference him in.
I'm texting Richard Wales, who's monitoring the meeting for us.
Okay.
And he'll get Vasant in.
Okay. Maybe
Okay.
if he could, just send him the phone number again.
In the
That would be great.
meantime, I would like to
Yes.
move that we accept the bill listing. for the
Thank
month
you.
of
Do we
June.
have a second?
Second.
Thank you. That's okay. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aristani, Ms. Kraus,
Yes.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Mr. Naik, Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Peng, Ms. Ruane,
Yes.
Mr. Yee,
Yes.
Ms. Massey,
Yes.
6 yes, 3 absent.
And now we have the director's report.
Director's reports. First item is a reminder that the Library Trustee Institute is coming up. Let me know if you want to attend. Nothing new to report on the foundation or the Friends. Under board meetings, for reasons that are elsewhere in the report, some things didn't get done between the later scheduled May meeting and this meeting. So because of everything that's going on, both with the library and the world, I'm recommending that we add a regular August meeting to the schedule.
Do we have a motion I would like to make a motion to move that we set a date for the August board meeting.
I'll second.
What's the?
That's Lisa.
Oh, no. Can I ask you a question? I didn't get it clearly. So we're going to add an August meeting, or?
Yes, we were going to add an August meeting when we usually meet, although just so that we have it because we have not been able to meet in person. We do want to have an opportunity. We have a lot to discuss about personnel and about a search for a new director. And it seems like it is likely that it will be helpful to have an August meeting scheduled.
And what about that special meeting? Can we combine those into one?
Which meeting now?
The special meeting.
So the message.
No, we would not be
I
able to.
received-
We would not be able to combine the closed session with the regularly scheduled meeting. The closed session would be like an executive session that we would go in if we were there in person and then come out and take any action. This is going to be a closed session that's a separate meeting, and there will be no action taken. But there are things that we do have to discuss, you know, what we want to go, how we want to approach a new director search.
Yeah, but that one, why we cannot do it in one session? I mean, you can, even if you can have a longer session, you can still do it, right?
Well,
Right.
Otherwise, you have to.
the rationale for having a special board meeting was to do two things. One, to discuss a proposed reorganization of the staff, and the other part of that meeting was to discuss the search process for a new director. And that's probably going to be a longer meeting. What I'm proposing is that we have a regular August meeting because, for a variety of reasons, we're not going to be able to schedule the special board meeting to discuss personnel between now and the July meeting. It will have to be after the July meeting. And we can't take any action at the special board meeting, so we would need to have a regular meeting of the board to vote on any actions. Plus, there are also things going on that would need your approval.
Especially if we reopen.
Right.
Especially if we're reopening.
Yes.
Things going on, so. If you want, I'll bring cookies.
So I made a motion that we have that we set a date for the August board meeting, and I believe we had a second.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So roll call. Well, no, we don't need a roll call. Would August 11th work for that meeting? I would think.
Well, that's the second Tuesday when we usually
Right. That
meet.
is the second Tuesday.
Mhm.
Do we know if
All
our
right. So
connection is good for that date, or does he know, or how does that work?
We will have our own Zoom account by then.
Oh, all
That's
right
right.
then. Moving
That's
on
right.
up.
Yes. Now, is there
That's
any
good.
chance that we might be in person by then?
I'm hoping.
who knows?
That would be good.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Who knows? It's possible. It's possible. All right. Could we have a roll call vote on that, please?
Mr. Aristani? Ms. Kraus?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Naik? Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Peng? Ms. Ruane?
Yes.
Mr. Yee?
Yes.
Ms. Massey?
Yes.
6 yes, 3 absent. Regarding, continuing on the subject of board meetings, I sent everybody yesterday a doodle poll to ascertain what dates would be convenient for a special board meeting to discuss personnel. And I've heard from some of you already. I encourage the rest of you to answer the poll, and then we'll set that date. That concludes the part about the board actions. Moving on to finances. As I note, I'm continuing to go through the management files, finding nuggets of information here and there. One of the pieces I uncovered while going through a folder on the Libraries of Middlesex Automation Consortium is that we had been budgeted in the old system, and I carried it over to the new budget, $65,000 for our dues for LMXAC. Well, it turns out that about 18 months ago, they changed the rate at which they were charging libraries. Our rate actually dropped a little bit, but we're paying between $120,000 and $125,000 a year to LMXAC for services. And the redesign of the budget is to allow the board to understand where our money's going. So what I'm proposing is that we correct the budget to change the line for LMXAC from 65,000 to 125,000. And to compensate for that, take 30,000 from capital improvements line and 30,000 from the reserve line. And that would require a motion.
Hi. All right, so moved. This is Lisa.
Hi, this is
Hello.
Shannon, just joining. Sorry, I'm
Hi,
late.
I'm Rasan
Shannon.
here. I was struggling to join. Thanks, David, for
No
bringing
way.
me in. Yeah. So, I mean,
I just, yeah, he having problem. I just conference with you, so
Welcome.
hopefully.
okay. Thank you. Thank you, David. Yeah.
I will second
I don't
that.
know, it's my phone. It's my phone or something else is going on. I don't know.
Well, I don't know whether this Zoom, like, because it's being sent to every person separately. It's not in that original email. I think
Oh.
Shannon is also trying to figure out how to dial in.
I know.
Shannon's here. I see her listed under participants or panelists.
So
Yeah, I couldn't find the email in the beginning. It's just weird.
the email is in a separate township email. So
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe next time we will do, maybe a one tryout or maybe one single number will help. But anyway, finally we are in, so that's good. Thank you.
Good. To catch you up, since you probably walked in on the middle of my talking, I was going through files about the Libraries of Middlesex Automation Consortium, and in the budget that was proposed, I had carried over the figure from the previous year that we would pay LMXAC $65,000 for their services. As it turns out, we're paying more like $120,000 to $125,000 a year. And because the redesign of the budget is designed so that you can see where the money goes as opposed to hiding bits over here and something else and somewhere else, I wanted to correct the budget to show that where all of the money that we are paying LMXAC is coming from. So I'm asking the board to amend the 2020 budget to increase line 02500 from 65,000 to 125,000, and to take the necessary money, 30,000 from capital improvements and 30,000 from the reserve.
And the motion has been made and seconded to pass, to approve this.
Yes, there's a motion and a second.
Okay, but that's, I believe you guys must have did the due diligence because the number is going just double. So I hope, we are justifying that amount.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand the question.
My question is because the budget amount is going just double. So I'm saying you guys must have done the due intelligence to make sure we can justify it, because this is a big amount, right?
It is, but we've been paying that amount for a couple of years now already. It's just the way it was budgeted before. You only saw a portion of it. The rest of the money was hidden in other budget lines. So,
yeah, if all board members are agree, because I don't have that much knowledge at this time, I'm still thinking. But if all board members are agree, I would like, if it is already passed, then it's okay. But,
we're trying to vote on it, right? That's It's already been passed.
Matt, we can't hear you.
Yeah, no, because I'm
I
through
muted
this,
myself.
so that's right. Yeah, so I'm saying if you all the board members are agree, and you guys have done something, because right now it's still, because the amount is too huge, I'm kind of afraid how we can justify it. But if you all think it is good, then I'll go with you guys.
Thank you. What it is basically cleaning up the budget and making it clear. We were paying LMXAC out of 3 different sections. Now it's just going to be from one section.
Okay.
So could we have a roll
Okay.
call vote, please?
Everybody ready? Mr. Aristani? Ms. Kraus?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Naik?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Pang?
Yes.
Ms. Ruane?
Yes.
Mr. Yee?
Yes.
Ms. Massey?
Yes.
8 yes, 1 absent.
Yeah, Naval has some family emergency, I believe.
We already talked about the trustees' accounts. And then there's a note there about we are working on cleaning up our purchasing procedures and our petty cash procedures.
Okay.
Moving
I'm okay with that, yeah.
Okay.
I saw that report, yeah.
Moving on to buildings and grounds, we'll be reconvening the safety committee in the coming month. Reopening, information changes from hour to hour. The governor's now decided that curfews are off and anything can happen. So,
Excuse me, I apologize. Can everyone mute if they're not speaking? There's background noise. I
Right,
can't
there's
hear what Keith is saying. Thank you.
okay, so I prepared for you a report on how we are proposing to reopen to the public. It's going to be graduated. It's going to start at Maine and then expand to the other branches. It's dependent upon getting the go-ahead from the governor and the mayor. And there is a meeting scheduled for 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon with between a senior member of the governor's staff and the library community to talk about our issues and how we want to begin re-interacting with the public. And Deborah Trupo will be representing us at that meeting. But this is the outline of how I'm proposing to reopen the library to the public. It's there in case you have any questions or comments.
Question is that I saw that is it a 2-page plan with a lot of details. So do we take any because I think the number one concern is probably staff members. Do we take any kind of feedback from the staff members to see whether anyone has any kind of concern or I mean, the second thing is that, we have this detailed procedure, and I believe maybe in the statewide, the library, they may also have some kind of working in a plan. Do we try to reconcile, to see that we are in line with the general proposal by the state?
Yes. I've been keeping tabs on what's going on around the state, been attending a number of virtual meetings. We've had meetings here, small meetings at distances. We had a department heads meeting in the cafe about 10 days ago. to talk about the staff, if there are any concerns about the staff. And this plan reflects those concerns. The main one being that there are adequate supplies, adequate protection, and that we not reopen until those are in place.
Good.
So, I mean, the detail of this plan is being communicated to the all of the staff members, right? And all of the feedback was taken, and then okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick question. Under services, number 4, the third one down, you listed, we will provide alternative services for those who do not wish to wear a mask. What kind of alternative services? Planned or?
What we'll probably do is give them a phone number to call if they don't want to wear a mask to come into the building for whatever reason. We'll tell them to call this number. It will connect them with a staff member, and if they're just looking for a particular title or they've got a question, we will, or basically if it's a book or a DVD or item, we will get the thing for them, we will check it out to them and bring it out to them.
Okay.
The one thing that's going to be different from our plan is that we're not planning on doing curbside delivery. What I've started to hear is that it's a difficult process, and anyway, it's difficult.
How will you
Is
ensure?
it being done by? Is
staff?
it being
How
done planned by other library, or the side delivery? Does it mean like you place the, check out the book online, and then you can pick up at the curbside, right?
We don't have delivery. That's been canceled at the state level. The staff are making arrangements. In fact, tomorrow, a team of our staff are delivering all of the accumulated books to LMXAC headquarters, and then the following week we will go pick up what's owed us from other libraries. But we're not anticipating statewide delivery, interlibrary loan, until after September. And we don't have any courier service because we only have one custodian at the moment.
Keith,
Okay, but
how are you going to ensure that how are you going to ensure that the employees are well? Is there going to be temperatures taken? Any type of mini interviews before they enter the building? I just want to know that when we do have people walk in, that we don't have a staff member coughing or having a temperature or anything like that.
Had not made any plans for that. We have had the, not policy, but the practice that if anybody feels that they're in a CDC category, such as 65 and over, breathing issues, they're not feeling well, that they absent themselves from the library. But we haven't been testing anybody per se.
Well, not so much testing, but taking temperatures, because you have those people who are asymptomatic who may not know that they have it. And, they come in that day and then the next day they're very ill, which is a concern. I've seen it with other people, so, I just want to make sure that we ensure that there's nobody who's sick or who's there with the temperature and, and they've exposed someone else or exposed the public.
Right.
We can add something like that.
I think, with the permission of President, I would like to ask a question.
Of course, yes.
That do we have a little budget so we can give them proper equipment so they can check it, because this is really a valid concern.
I think we can provide for that within our budget for testing.
So I think it's a good idea to buy it and have it, because we don't know how long this environment will be like this, and we want.
I apologize. By what? I didn't understand what you said.
I think the mom.
No, I'm saying if we can provide library the equipment which will everywhere they are using, right, in the offices and everywhere, to check the temperature from a little distance from that employee who is checking it.
Oh, you're saying
It may
they
be
should
a
have
little bit
thermometers.
expensive, yeah.
Okay.
But at least whoever is entering or going for the job, at least we can check.
Yes. Mhm.
Right, right.
I'll add that to the plan.
Right. And there is a statewide task force working on methods of how, ideas on how libraries can reopen. So I'm sure that we'll be drawing on all of their suggestions as well.
I apologize. Someone is unmuted again. Can you, everyone please mute if you're not talking, because I'm really having trouble hearing.
So any other questions or comments about the reopening plan? Okay,
Karen, we were able to hear you.
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay. Then moving on, the other essay that I provided for you was about the library construction bond grant and where we stand on that. The good news is that we submitted our proposal for $1.5 million. It went in slightly before the deadline last Friday.
Keith, I want to add a comment to that.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to thank you for all the work you did. You came in very late, obviously, while we were working on it. And you did a terrific job with just following up on everything and making sure that it was actually done in terms of timeline. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I know by the end of it, there was like a dozen emails a day that I was
Many, right.
I just couldn't believe how many, you were on top of all of it. And I want that to go recognized. I think you did a terrific job with just executing it.
Okay. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, I would agree.
Any questions about what I wrote there, or?
Right. And one more thing, maybe, you can appreciate the staff to stay tuned, because they must be feeling, little bit demoralized because of this situation is going on. Let them make aware that there will be no cut, nothing. We are with them and we will help them, in case of they need anything.
Okay. So as I don't expect that we'll hear much about the grant until September, probably. There's lots of libraries, lots of communities we're putting in for these grants. And there's the technical review, and then they're going to be going through the appropriateness and the ideas of the proposals. So they, as I said, they were planning on presenting a list to the legislature for their approval in September. I don't think they'll make that, and nothing ever happens in the legislature during October. So I think we're looking at more like November before we'll know anything.
All right.
And that concludes my portion of the report on buildings and grounds.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Is there anything we can get? Just a question. Sorry to interrupt. Just a small question. That is there, if we can get during this time from our municipal corporation to help us on finance-wise, because you're waiting for the ad and all those things. Because government is doing a lot of good things at this time. So in case if you need any help from the board, I think I can request President to make a committee who can work with you to, bring that money in.
Okay. We can start laying those plans. We do have a foundation that people and corporations can donate to. However, as I noted earlier, we need to reconstitute the foundation board. The bank account is there, the structure is there, but we need somebody to run it. So, let's see.
Okay.
Moving on to services. First item was about our computer network. Memorial Day week was a lost week around here between the holiday and the system crashing on us. It's back up and running, but we did determine that we need to replace some of the parts. It's Richard Wales, our senior technician, estimates it'll cost us about $3,000. Nothing on statistical report yet. I'll send you all out a specific email on that topic. Bookmobile. This is mainly for the folks at home watching our program. I've been collecting from various file cabinets and stacks all of the information about the bookmobiles here at the library. And I measured it, and if I were to put them all on top of each other, it's about a 20-inch stack of materials. And then, like Sue O'Neill said to me the other day, oh, I've got papers at home too. And I'm hoping those are all duplicates and not new stuff that I don't have already. To bring for everybody's information, I know lots of people are fond of the bookmobile and use its services, and it's been off the road for a long time. The old one is not coming back, it's kaput. And we're just waiting for it to be taken off to the township garage for auction. I'm going to be reconvening the bookmobile committee to talk to them about their findings were. I may have some questions to ask them, and then we'll move on from there to determining what we want in a bookmobile, and hopefully before the end of the year, we will have placed an order for a new bookmobile. Unfortunately, we can't go down the street like to Ford or Lexus and buy one off the lot. We'll have to order it, and it will take about 6 to 9 months to get it between the time we order it and the time it hits the road here.
Vasant here again. Sorry, just with the permission of President, I will ask one question. Can we start thinking for virtual library, because we don't know, this may be just I'm throwing out one idea, because if we can give them a virtual library, we know that we have a lot of books online available for the people, but if we can have like we used to do, dad is reading the book or mother is reading the book, if we can do that Zoom, he's sitting at home and giving the, a talk with, he's reading the book for the kids. That may be a new kind of things we can introduce. But again, I don't know how much it is feasible.
We are already doing.
You can suggest.
You're doing that.
We are already doing that.
Oh, very good.
The Public Library has its own YouTube channel, and I've been getting reports from the staff about they're putting story hours online, book discussion groups available, things like that. So yes, we're on top of that, but people still want to see the bookmobile wheel around to their corner of Edison. So we're going to be looking into that. I just wanted
thank you.
to know that it hasn't been forgotten. It's amongst a variety of issues here. We're working on it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. LMXAC reports, and I'll update this from the report, that as of yesterday, last Saturday, we've given out 136 new cards to Edison residents since we closed to the public. And that's so they can access our online services. One of the things we did was we increased our budget for Hoopla and the programs there. So people are responding to us even though we're not open. Also under services, I had a conversation, deliberate conversation with a friend of mine who consults in communications. She's now teaching at Rutgers. about what we need in terms of a marketing department. We have had people doing that for us. The last full-time person left almost a year ago. And for a library system our size, serving 100,000 people through 4 facilities, we really need somebody who's going to be on top of all of this. As I explained everything to my friend, and it didn't cost us anything, it'll cost me a round of drinks at some point. What she recommends is that we hire a firm to brand the library. And we've got a variety of logos and letterheads and everything. We need a consistent image for the public, especially with the website and everything else that we do. She suggested that we contract out the management of our website. And fortunately, Chan Ming, head of the Clara Barton branch, have been working on that. So we have a proposal all together, ready for you to vote on. And she suggested that we could use just one person, but it needs to be somebody with a communications degree and at least 5 years of experience. So I'll be working on a job description for that position and get that to you this summer, so that we can get somebody in here who can help us get our message out in a consistent and engaging way.
Also, Keith, regarding
yes.
the branding, that had been looked into a couple of years ago, and there should be some paperwork regarding 2 or 3 companies that was brought before the board probably about
Yes.
2.5 years ago, I believe.
That's right. You are right.
At least 2 years ago. It was in the beginning of 18. And there should be some information. I'm not sure who was actually responsible for that, or whether it was Balmeet or if it was one of the other employees.
Yes, it was Balmeet.
It was Balmeet.
It was.
Okay.
And she had done a nice job and did a lot of research. I mean, not sure if it's going to, fit in with moving forward, but it might be something to look for the paperwork just to see what it said.
I'll see if I can excavate that file. So the one thing that I would like the board to approve tonight is a contract with Renaissance Web Solutions to redo our website at a cost of $2,995. And what I neglected to include on that is 6 months of the management of it at a cost of $599.70. After the first 6 months, our Shan Ming believes that we can take care of it ourselves, but for the complete redo of it and the first several months, we'd like to have the professionals.
I'm a little confused because I thought Shen was redoing the website and it was supposed to go live a few months ago. Whatever happened with that?
We've been playing around, but we need somebody to come in and professionally set it up.
Well, I agree with that, but suppose from what I understand, Jane had her working on it for the past year, I believe.
There's a prototype out there, but it's not ready for prime time. It needs the professional expertise of somebody who manages websites. The company that is being proposed has done websites for a number of libraries in the state, including Monmouth County Library.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, all for that. I was just a little confused that we've been hearing for a year that it was done and ready to go live. So that's why I was only questioning it. I believe it needs a professional touch. Everything does.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wouldn't mind repeating what the prices are, I got $2,995.
Yes, that's for the redo, and then $599.70 to manage it for the first 6 months.
I think that's very reasonable, actually.
That's excellent. Yeah.
Compared to the other proposals we had, it was reasonable.
I have a question on this one. Who is going to provide the hosting of this web service? Is it going to be by us, or it's? This work is just to design the web page, and we libraries still need to host that those websites.
The hosting is taken care of.
Okay. One second again, with the permission of President, I will ask question that why not we can share the township website, because township has a big hosting area. We did last time for the phone. We have combined. That may save a few dollars.
The library websites tend to be so laden with information and links that I'm not aware of any townships that host it. But almost every library that I'm aware of has their own. They're on their own.
Correct.
Yeah, but we can do that, right, in our area, because we already have a centralized place where technicians, so we can utilize their expertise also, as well as we can save some money from the public, and in one place they will get, it will be like a one-stop shop for everyone. That's my suggestion.
We're already linked to the township website, so it is one-stop shopping as it is.
And there's enough traffic on my website. I would not suggest that. I've never seen that in any of the towns I've dealt with. The library's always had a separate site.
Right.
So the proposal in front of you is for Renaissance Web Solutions for $2,995 plus another $599.70 for the 6 months of management.
I make a motion, we approve that amount.
Okay, sorry, just one more thing. So sorry. The domain, I think when we ask other people to host the website, we need to make sure the library is the owner of the domain. Otherwise, I mean, when we discontinue the service with them, we may have a problem with the domain. Is that being taken care of?
We had that issue earlier this spring, and there was another domain website floating around out there, and they were asking us to pay the bill, and it turned out it wasn't anything that we had used. And the one that we do use, we've got another 2 years on.
That's good. Do we have a second?
That's something.
And there will be no privacy issues, right? Means it is all taken care, right? Our information,
Yes.
Our people's information will not get leaked. Yeah. Okay.
Correct. Well, we're also running everything through our connections with LMXAC, and they've got the firewall set up. In fact, we've got double firewalls.
Great. Thank you.
Motion needs a second. Sue.
Lisa, this is Lisa. I'll second the motion.
Excellent. Do we have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Aristani, Ms. Kraus,
Yes.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Mr. Naik,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Peng,
Yes.
Ms. Ruane,
Yes.
Mr. Yee,
Yes.
Ms. Massey.
Yes.
8 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you.
And the last part of my report is regarding personnel, and there are no action items there.
Okay, the only thing, I'd like to add something, if it's all right. You had mentioned the Trustee Institute, and I'd just like to tell you that I will go, and hopefully some others will, especially if we, any of the new, trustees that have never gone. It is extremely worthwhile and very valuable information that is given to you there. I had gone previously, but I would like to go again.
Okay, I'll sign you up.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Yes, I definitely am interested in going, and I hope that we have other representation, because I too have attended, and they're excellent. They're institutes.
Anybody else?
Can I? Yeah, I'm not a trustee, but can I go as well?
Sure.
Thanks.
They don't cart people at the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I cannot, join because of my physical condition, but yeah, I will really add the values if anybody will ask any question. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just taking myself voluntarily away from this. Yeah.
All right, so I'll sign the three of you up for this, unless there's a fourth. That concludes my report.
I'm sorry, Keith. I'm a tentative yes. I have to make arrangements for my mother.
Okay, I'll sign you up as well.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. So that we have our, we're postponing our committee reports once again. Do we have any unfinished business?
Not for me.
All right. So if we have no, yes. I'm sorry. I thought I heard someone.
Well, actually, I'd like to go back and ask Dominic if he's heard anything from the lawyer for the union contract. Those people still haven't gotten their raises yet. And his contract was settled. Dominic, are you there?
Yep, I just had to unmute for a second. How are you? Yeah, we had talked about that. The attorney had sent me some changes that she wanted, which included adding some categories to the categories of individuals to the classifications, to the job classifications, and a couple of other things. Maybe you weren't on the call with the personnel committee, but so I responded to her once. She sent me another email. I'm going to respond this week, and hopefully we can maybe get it resolved. They need to. They're looking to also ratify, so they have to ratify it before we do.
Yeah, I don't know what those changes are. Do you think you could email that to me?
Yeah, what I'm going to do is
I think
I'll
it
email
would be
it to
good to
everybody on the
email to
personnel
all the
committee.
board members. Yeah.
Well, at least the personnel committee to start with.
Okay. Yeah. Start with committee will then committee will bring back us. And one thing is we should not be. This is my personal thinking, because right now everybody is suffering from this COVID-19. So the raise we should not be stopping, and we should resolve that issue very soon, because otherwise, we will lose the good employees. So I feel personally that we should resolve it soon. Yeah.
Okay, I'll like I said, I'll have something out probably this week, and I'll copy the board, the personnel committee. Maybe we'll have a call on that to determine how to proceed.
Yeah, okay, because I was pretty sure
That's
that
good.
everything had been, finalized with that. So now she wants changes on some of the classifications.
But, yep. It was
I think that was
finalized,
the
and then
issue.
they came back with some stuff, and so that was the issue. But
Yeah, so that's why I absolutely will need to see that in writing.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
That's true.
No problem.
And now our next item is public comment, and we have to wait for 3 minutes to see if there are any emails.
I probably ask some questions regarding maybe more details on the reopening. So, like you say, on the staff side, are we planning to get a staggered schedule?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any kind of plan, just in case if someone gets sick, or what we are going to do?
You mean if somebody on the staff gets sick, or we?
Yeah, or if you have someone who went there and then later on found sick, what's our plan to find the list of people to contact so that we can, make the situation, get the people who is potentially exposed to be alerted. That kind of plan.
You're doing contact tracing, so we'll follow the governor's guidelines, right, Keith?
Right.
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 And also we had to find out the governor's guideline that for the number of people we will be allowing in, because that is and sitting arrangement is also, you have to be, if you need to hire some security person who can watch, I think that's a good idea at this time, even though if he's a consultant. Means I will let the board, other members to talk, but I think we should have someone who is watching that people are not sitting close to the
We have security guards on staff, and the plan is that they will be checking people at the door, and we will be limiting the number of people that come into the building. And we will also have people come in one entrance and go out a different door. We already have the walkie-talkies in place so that if you've been at Wegmans, for example, you know that they only let so many people in when so many people leave, and we'll be doing the same thing.
Okay. And make sure the inside also somebody is searching, right? That people are not sitting very close, because kids, what happens, they normally, in North Edison or South Edison, I know the high school kids, they go very close to each other, and that may cause the, sickness around with other people. So we have to make sure that we strictly follow that.
All the chairs have already been removed, and all the tables have been pushed to one side. If people are going to be coming to the library at first, they have to come in, get their materials, and leave. There won't be any opportunities to hang out.
Okay, very good.
Keith?
Right.
Keith, can I just say one thing? If for any reason any member of your staff, does report to you that, they have been exposed, you would immediately call Jay Elliott of our health department.
Okay.
And they would be the ones following up on all the contract tracing and, let you know who would have to be quarantined, and, that's the entity.
Okay. The only person on the staff who's been exposed was somebody who was related to a township employee.
Yes.
Yeah, and make sure that till the doctors are not confirmed, his personal information should not be exposed, because it will make a fear in other people who are entering in the building. So please make sure that should happen.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
How are we with time?
Past 3 minutes.
Is it past 3 minutes? So do we have any public comment?
Nothing has shown up on Edison board at LMXAC, and Mr. Wales says no attendees have raised their hand. I don't know if you can see it on your screen. I can see that we have 8 attendees watching us.
I believe that. Carolyn.
Mainly staff.
In the attendees.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So
thank you.
Okay. All right. Do we have any additional announcements?
So just I wanted to add my apology. I missed a couple of meetings because I was in hospital for more than a month, and then I was recovering. I was not able to, and my doctor told me not to check any messages or anything. So my apology.
Well, we're happy that you're able to return.
I'll make sure that I will. Yeah, I'll make sure that it should not happen again. Yeah.
Well, I hope you're feeling better, and we are glad that you're able to return.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other announcements? Well, hearing no other announcements, my only hope is that we all stay safe and that we will continue to follow the guidelines put out by the governor and follow the mayor's plan for any reopening, and our next meeting is Tuesday, July 14th. And do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I do second.
Excellent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, the
Aye.
meeting is adjourned. It's 8:07. Enjoy the
Okay.
rest of the
Thank
evening
you.
and stay
Have a
safe.
Good night.
Yes, take
Yeah.
care.
Good night.
Thank
Okay,
you. Bye.
take care. Thank you.
Bye.